Knapp, the National Coordinator of the Reform the SBA Bigger Mission, Authority, and Resources campaign. It's a national campaign, and I'm here in Charlotte. We're talking to the people here, and with me I have three African-American women who are small business owners who are going to be talking about their stories and how they got started up and the problems they have, and talking about the other entrepreneurs, would-be entrepreneurs that they talk to on a consistent basis about how they are trying to start businesses and having problems. But today we are at a 40-year low in small business startups in this country. That's bipartisan recognition of this problem. And this campaign is supported by a number of national, state, and local business organizations, including the American Sustainable Business Council, the American Independent Business Alliance, the U.S. Green Chamber of Commerce, and what we are saying is this: we need research. We support the research efforts that are being proposed now to find out what are the barriers to small business startups. But we don't need to wait for research to tell us one of the principal problems with starting small businesses, and that is the access to capital problem. We need to have a different mechanism because banks, there are 68% fewer banks today than there were in 1980. And banks don't like to make small, risky loans. Well, that is a startup loan. And so what we need is to come up with different ideas for getting small startup capital to entrepreneurs, especially of color, and women, particularly in rural and underserved communities. That's the way we're going to increase the economy in those areas and help the entire country. So one of the proposals we have is that the SBA itself ought to be making these small startup loans, say under $20,000. They ought to hold the risk and then pay some of the other organizations that they work with to actually administer those loans. We can really help our low-income communities, our underserved communities, our rural communities do the things that everybody wants them to do, is to grow, but they need access to capital, and we believe the SBA ought to be making those small, under $20,000 startup loans, again, particularly to entrepreneurs of color and women in underserved and rural communities. So I'm going to let our ladies talk. First we're going to have Julie come forward. Stop the video.